Well,
Correct. Correct.
that's it.
Yep. Yeah. So you guys had come in while I was trying to load the game. So
Okay.
yeah. And the same thing would happen if like you get kicked out partway through the game. You know, you have a
Mm,
connection issue, then you
yeah.
could come back and then you would just go and hit the synchronize to
Okay.
get back in.
That's
That's
cool.
happened to us on more than a few occasions over the
Okay.
course of the several years we've been playing on Vassal. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's hear it for COVID, or we would have never, gotten into this habit.
you know, it is definitely one of the bright sides of of that whole disaster.
Yeah. That's well.
Yeah, because Albert was the one who finally dragged me kicking and screaming onto playing Vassal. Here he
Yeah.
is in his mid 70s, saying, "Come on, Eric, you got to be doing this. Come on, get
Come
on
on,
with
whippersnapper.
technology." Yeah, exactly. And I'm like,
Right.
Albert, I don't like technology. I'm afraid of technology.
Well, the
So,
funny thing to me is the great campaigns of the American Civil War, which have those just beautiful, beautiful maps. Right? Are you familiar with the
oh
great
yeah, yeah,
campaigns?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, what's really criminal is that a lot of the people that play it only play it on Vassal because it's actually easier to manipulate the stacks and the fatigue markers and all those other little markers that you're always having to take on and take off and take on and take off. They say, "Oh no, I always play on Vassal," and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's criminal!" Right? Beautiful, beautiful game, and it sits in a box. It's awful. Oh well, I gotta get.
Well, my friend Robert and I, we were chatting, because we had wanted, now that he's starting to play Vassal and getting used to playing Vassal, we're like, God, we should play some of those Second World War games that we played back in our youth. And so we've been looking through at some of the different modules, and we were joking about, Fall of France, the Europa
Oh sure,
game,
yeah.
and we would have stacks of, on the French side,
Oh,
German side, you'd had like 6, 7 counters in a hex. It's just thick all along the border there, and we're like, yeah. And half the time, you we could hardly move the pieces. They would
oh
all
yeah.
tumble over, and there goes the Maginot Line kind of a thing. Or
Is that how you get
that was
through?
actually the blitzkrieg technique that the Germans had. They just get their stack high enough that you tip it over, the German units will skip into like tiddlywinks into Paris. So
It is funny. It is funny because you think, we've obviously got decades of practice at making games, but it is kind of mind-boggling. What made them think that was a good idea ever? To
well,
allow to have the units and hex scale such that you need to have 6 or 7 units stacked in a hex. It's like really, and like a whole line of them. Crazy, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if you ever played. I think Avalon Hill put it out. Starship Troopers.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was no stacking limit. So
That's
the game was
right.
broken, and you could have a stack of Space Marines or whatever the heck they were,
Right. Right.
that was
Little
5 inches
infantry.
high. You just moving around the board, destroying everything because
Oh,
there was
that's
no
funny.
stacking limit, kind of a thing.
I don't.
So
I don't remember. I don't remember that. I mean, I remember playing it certainly, but I don't remember making game
obviously,
stacks.
you had an opponent who was more scrupulous
I guess
than the
so.
person I played against. Who was just like, I know how to beat you. Boom! He's got this giant stack just hoovering up all of my units there. So
Well,
what can you
I
do?
would do that in this game, except you'd get plus 450 to the die roll if you fired at me.
That's provided there's actually somebody left to shoot. So yeah,
Well, there
yeah,
is that.
yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
There's not as much artillery out here as I'm used to from the Napoleonic ones. So
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's more than we saw in the War of the Austrian Succession. I'm
hmm
pretty excited about Banish All Their Fears. Sounds like it's headed out to the printer.
this is the new bar game.
No,
No.
no, it's stepping back even further in time. It's a system by Ben Hull, the guy who did Musket and Pike
Ah,
from the
okay.
30 Years' War, the English Civil War. But this is I guess this is the War of the Spanish Succession. So
Okay.
it's like two battles in this box. One of them's unpronounceable because it's Dutch, and I can't Dutch. Sorry. The other one is Blenheim.
Okay.
So it's like Marlborough, 1694, 1702, right
Sure.
around in there. And I'm really interested in seeing it to kind of watch the progression as you go from the tercios from the musket and pike era moving forward into a little bit more gunpowder heavy, and then obviously then you get to the War of the Austrian Succession, a little bit more like this, then 7 Years' War, then Napoleonic, and you just see the kind of the stepwise modifications as things go along. So it'll be fun to see that one.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Yeah. All right. We got no shortage. I guess, did you see notice on Game Found from the from Uwe?
I did. It sounds like they've got stuff off to the printers. I mean, he was saying that they were going to be shipping stuff this fall, maybe
I
as
know,
early
which
as
is like,
September. So,
you hear people say stuff like that, and you're like, yeah,
yeah,
sure, yeah.
yeah,
But he wasn't kidding. I mean, he was like, okay, it's funded, click send,
yeah.
let's go.
Well, and it's the
Wow,
sort of thing, too. I think he's got all of his ducks in a row as far as with
right.
the art and the play testing and everything else. So it's not like there's anything that's, mysterious.
It
That,
sounds like he's got a very professional, very organized sort of
yeah,
approach. So
yeah.
if that's the case, then it certainly gives us confidence that a series will really happen.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's got some, if he has some, pre-production stuff. He'd mentioned something about maybe being able to send me some stuff to look at. So I don't
There you
know if
go.
if I'm on his list of magical
Right,
people to get a copy to look at. I know usually when they do some of the pre-production stuff, they've only got a couple of copies to send to
right,
people.
of course,
So I
because
mean,
it's
I
just
think
a
with
proof,
that,
really.
yeah, with that game from Terry, that there are only two pre-productions kind of games made, and so I got a
Oh,
copy as soon as I looked at it, did my video, I had to send it off to somebody else, who then did their video,
right,
who then sent it off to somebody else, kind of a thing.
right. Well, that makes
So
sense,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because they're just doing it just to make sure it really looks like what they wanted it to look like, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. So
So
we'll see.
yeah,
Well,
right.
cool. Well, here
Well,
we
we're
are at
about in the
beautiful,
mid-
beautiful Prague here.
yes, indeed. So we're about in the middle of the 1220 turn, I would guess.
Yeah.
Yep, I think that's fair to say.
At least as the end turn marker would have us believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly got a fair number of units that have been activated, but by no means everybody. So let's see what else we can do, shall we?
All right, go ahead, roll the dice, move your
Fire it up.
mice.
There we go.
You are at a +2
91. Okay, well, this is
With
definitely a Prussian
wing.
activation.
with authority. Well, that's a
Yes.
wing. If you have a wing you'd like to do, I guess we should probably ascertain, um, because it looks like if you have a wing, it's probably part of the detachment.
It is. And the question is, have you. I think you've moved most of your stuff, haven't you?
I'm just looking up north. I think there's just this one outfit that hasn't moved.
Okay.
Up here on the north side of the pond, north of Kej. I think
Oh,
everybody
these
else
guys up
have.
here, maybe?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Um, so I could move them. Seems a shame to waste a 91, but on the other hand, I
So
do.
what was the rule? If we do
We,
the detachment, then we have to finish the detachment. If we go back up to you, then the detachment would have limited
Anybody left in
activation.
the detachment is just going to get
Right.
limited activation. So actually, you know what? I mean, as long as we don't mind just diving all in, we can just do the whole detachment right now.
Okay, why don't we
I
do
mean,
that?
obviously, you may take more than one activation, but on the other hand, it's probably not that big, is it? Yeah.
I mean, if I get a if I get a wing activation, I can move a couple of these brigades,
Yeah.
and then that'll just leave, two more for me to do, and then I'm kind of done
Uh-huh.
with the
Yeah,
detachment.
well, let's go
So
ahead then. You've got a wing right here, so and as long as you can reach back to Schwerin, then you don't even need to roll for the wing activation.
yeah, Schwerin's here. There's Schwerin.
Right?
And let's see. I've got a wing commander here, Hachmoni, I think,
Okay.
and
Yep.
Treshow
Gotta
and
be in
son of Treshow, Heinz
Kalkruth.
Guderian over here, who is our replacement. Yeah, so I
Oh,
can I can move those guys, and that
all
should
right. Yeah,
hopefully keep
yeah.
everybody happy.
Well,
So
it'll certainly give his gunner something to do. That's what's important.
yeah. Well, I'm going to turn sideways and go this way.
Aha. And let him hit you in the flank instead. Sure.
Well, someone's got to get
Hey,
hit somewhere.
you you do you, brother.
Uh,
This is only electrons are dying
yeah.
tonight.
Well, I mean, otherwise, is attacking the guns in the field fortifications even a worthwhile thing to do, or am I?
I mean, it's the sort of thing where you definitely would want to have more than one stack because obviously one of them is going to get shredded by defensive fire. On the other hand, if he doesn't have any infantry stacked with those, then if you're still there for close combat, he's fooked.
Yeah, he does have infantry stacked
Yeah,
in those two hexes,
yeah,
so
yeah.
he's
So
got he's got people.
maybe not terribly attractive. You'd be attacking uphill. You'd be attacking with field works.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't be great.
Okay. Well, I will start off. I'll move these guys, this brigade
Well, all
first.
right. So first of all, I guess everybody's in command.
That is
We can
correct.
pretty well see that. So
Yep.
then, no disorder to recover from,
Not yet.
no fire combat, because nobody's in range.
Yep.
All right. You could, but you're not required to activate that artillery that's further south. I mean, they're independent units, so you could have activated them. But on the other hand, if you don't want to, you just want to wait. By all means.
Okay. Well, we'll look into that in a minute here.
All right. Very good.
Um,
All right.
so let's see here. What shall we do? These poor guys are going to be in trouble any way that you slice it. So let's go in. Let's attack, shall we? So this
Oh, why not?
guy's, yeah. So he's going to go one, and then this is two, three to go there. Is that correct?
It is 1, 2, 3 to go there, and as
Okay.
you leave out of there, two of those hexes get a shot at you.
And
Um,
the artillery gets a shot too.
yes, they
That
do
hex.
actually. That's a good point.
Yep.
All right. So
So go
we
ahead,
have
roll
that.
the dice, and we'll look it up and see how bad it is.
All right. So first the artillery, whatever. Boom. So that might
That's a
be
hit.
That's pretty bad. Yeah.
So at a range of
Okay.
three.
I'm trying to remember, and here I am supposed to be the guy who knows what's going on. Um, both of those hexes are light field works, and
Yes.
both artillery are in both hexes. Is that how
They
that
seem
works?
to
Is
all
that
be
why they're
spread out
stacked that way?
across. Yeah. So only half of it would be able to shoot, right? Because if they're in those two hexes, then only this hex here would have a shot, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just trying to figure out what the arrangement was there. I do remember that we had them stacked in the middle there for a good reason. Um,
Well, it's because I wanted the infantry stacked with in both hexes, and we figured out that was the easiest way to do it was just stack everybody there. So, but
okay, I don't know. I'm head scratching because it seems a little
if
counterintuitive.
if if I were to say anything, the 12 would be on the higher, the upper one, and the
Yeah, yeah. Happy Field Works. Um,
so we could either add them up and divide it in half, going to their only because only one
I mean,
hex would be firing, or we could
yeah.
just
I
do
mean,
the sixes.
I mean that I'd be perfectly okay with doing that. That seems like reasonable instead of having the guns on like tracks that can move back and forth. That seems a little weird, right?
Or as I said, it could be the other. The six could be in this one, and the 12 could be there. Because
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what they originally were. But then, with if I remember
It's,
vaguely from the beginning of the big game.
I am still artillery stacking. Limbered artillery, you can only say yeah. Unlimbered. Uh, an unlimbered artillery unit 10.4D on page 16. An unlimbered artillery unit that is stacked with a multi-hex line or hook formation is not placed on any particular hex of the formation.
There you go.
Just place it above or below the infantry counter. When the artillery is stacked with a square, it must be the top unit in the stack. And I mean, I guess what that tells me is that we probably should go back to just add the two. Well, just take one increment of each,
Right.
and put whatever the multiplier is there for each of those.
Right. So be one increment, 12 and 7. It'd be 19. It'd be 1.5 to 1.
Okay, 1.5 to 1, and that's going to be. Is it still just one hit, or is that 2 at 1.5 to 1?
Well, it's plus. It's going to be a plus.
It's going to be what, a plus 10?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't matter because I mean, you'd have to get to 104, 105 before it matters. So it's 2 increment losses,
Right.
disorder check, and a morale plus 10.
Okay, so they're taking their hits.
All right.
And
disorder.
now disorder check. They're happy. Morale check. They're happy.
Are they?
They
It's
should
morale
be.
plus 10.
Oh, is it plus 10? Oh, wow, that's brutal.
Plus 10 because it was 2 hits.
Oh, okay. All right, so
they're-
they are going to be
They're
shaken.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they won't be attacking then, will they?
No, they won't. And the infantry still get to shoot.
Right. And so, all right.
And
So
they're at times 2?
I think so. That's Fusiliers, and they're both. And is there any modifier for the hex because this one's in hook?
Yeah, you can only fire with 2 strength points out of that based upon where those guys were. So you've got a total of 6 strength points that can fire at times 2, so it's 1 to 1.
Right.
It's 1 to 1, but
Looks like it's one hit.
Yeah.
yes, it is 1 hit. And it's also another disorder check.
Oh, because it's got a, but it's not an even number.
No, that's morale you're thinking. This is defensive. This is opportunity fire. So you use the right side column
Oh, okay.
on the chart. Remember?
So it's a D and an M, even though it's not an even number.
A D.
It's a D. So
Yeah, it's
why
a
is it not an
1D.
M?
It's not an M because it's an odd number.
Odd number, but it's always a D,
but
no
it's
matter what you
Always
roll.
a D opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're going to be disordered as well.
And disordered. Oh. All right then.
All right, let's see if I can increase that. There we go. Well, those guys aren't having fun.
Not really. Oh, really?
All right. They've done their thing. All right. These guys are going to move now.
Okay.
And they're going to go there.
2, 3. All right. So we'll do basically the same thing,
Except both
except that both hexes can fire at you. Both of the artillery can fire at you there.
right.
Right. And they shoot once or twice or how often?
Well, no, well, they all would shoot together.
Right.
So
But are they shooting at every single hex I move through or just one hex?
Well,
That's
as you're leaving that hex,
okay.
they're shooting at you.
Okay.
But of course, that's the only time they're going to shoot, because obviously you're going to stop at this point.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they don't get to they don't shoot at me
shot at
there. Okay.
No, just as you're exiting the third hex.
Okay.
24 plus 14.
We got 38, so you've got 3 to 1.
3 to 1. With a plus 10 on that one.
Yep. So that's going to be a 70. So that's going to be 2D.
And an M plus 10 again.
Okay. All right. Let's find. All right. I got him marked. All right. So then I've got to roll a disorder check and then a morale check, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
So here's for the disorder check. That should be fine. And the morale check. That's fine.
Good there too. All right. Now in this case, because you are right along the hex grid here, the hook actually can hit you with all 4 increments there, so he can get you at 1 to 1.5 with the infantry as you're exiting there.
Okay. So that's in addition to the other stuff. They're not.
Yeah, because
okay.
the artillery has to fire separately from.
Okay.
And
no
that's
worries.
a miss.
That's a miss. All right.
Sure. All
Good.
right.
Then this chap is going to turn. That's 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to go here for 4.
Yeah, he can shoot at you when you change facing, though.
Oh, can I? Then I'll keep moving.
Well, go back and do it again, because
Yeah.
you could just enter that hex without changing facing.
Now you could change facing the hex before.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So I would go. So I would do my turn, right?
Change facing. That's 1.
Right. So here we go.
Oh, okay.
So there's 1,
Right.
2, and then I could change facings here, 3, and then move there 4.
That, yeah, for some reason the map's not updated, but
Like that.
there you go. Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly right. Yep. And that way he doesn't get an extra crack at you.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. I don't like getting extra cracks.
No,
So.
and I will tell you, this is exactly why they added what I call the MG42 rule, where every time that there's opportunity fire, you subtract 5 every subsequent time.
Because of all the smoke, right?
Yeah, I mean it's mostly just to keep an artillery being able to fire 17 times in a turn. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Right.
So this way, effectively, it becomes increasingly pointless to keep shooting. So.
All right. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We get a big fat stack there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get those guys there, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. We'll leave them there. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And we will flip the wing leader and flip Treshow. Is he the only one in that hex? He is.
And then
All right. Oh
the
yeah.
replacement leader up front too.
Oh wait. So but
Um,
I want to attack here.
oh, I see. Yes, yes, very
Yeah.
good. All
So
right.
because the left
So,
hook is sort of vulnerable, isn't it? Or no?
I mean, you're attacking it in the one place it's least vulnerable, to be fair,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because he is basically angled such that both sides of the hook formation can shoot at you where you are,
Oh, okay. So he
right?
would
I
get
mean,
then.
if you were one hex northwest, then obviously only the left side of it could fire, and of course the other guy that's shaken in disorder can only be hit by the right side of it. But
Right.
but you're kind of where everybody can hit. So I would not go so far as to say that he's really terribly vulnerable right
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment. On the other hand, you're not in a place you want to stay.
Yeah. No, I'd like to try to
Those,
see if I can't
yeah,
move a
those
little
guns have
further.
already made it really clear that being there is a bad idea. It would
Yeah.
be better to attack and rout away than it would be to stand there and just get ground up by his guns. So
Okay.
I say, yeah, screw it, go
Here
for
we
it.
go. So we'll try to see if we can attack you. So we've got to make a morale check first, correct?
Right? And we got +5 for our army morale.
All right, and a minus something for our leader. Let's see what we get. 64. I think that
Doesn't
should be
matter.
good enough.
That's certainly plenty enough. All right. And so then the defender needs to do his morale check.
Rare to go.
He's feeling pretty confident
My
about that
goodness. My
formation.
goodness.
Yeah.
That is. So now
So
we
then
just.
he will do defensive fire.
Okay.
Um, and then that defensive fire is going to be exactly like what we just had,
He's got
except he's going to
Fusilier,
be
so
a
he's
one hex
times
range.
3. So
And it's
he's
4
got
times
12.
3, so it's 1 to 1, but it is 1 to 1 with a +20 because it's defensive fire,
Okay.
meaning that you coming right up to him, so he's going to get
White of the eyeballs
X
kind of thing.
wide of the eyeballs kind of thing. So +20 on 1 to 1. Ooh.
That sucks.
That's.
Apparently, they were all busy reloading from the opportunity fire earlier,
Yes, apparently.
or all the cannon smoke obscured them.
There you go.
Okay, well, in that case, we just go to the plain Jane um, calculations. So it is going to be, what, 5 to 7, so it's 1 to 1.5 in terms of the raw odds.
Right.
We've got +5 as our printed values on the attackers, and we got +3 as the printed value on the defenders. I don't believe there's anything weird other than that. I mean, I think this is all pretty normal stuff.
1 to 1.5 +4, right?
plus +4, +2, +2.
He's got an officer.
Yeah,
I
so
know, but
you're
I
a
counted that.
3 and I'm a 3, right? Is there
Oh,
a,
Yeah,
okay.
He's got the +2 officer. So yeah.
I thought his infantry was a +5. That's why.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that would be nice.
Oh, that would be nice. We'll go
All
with
right,
your
so
first impression there.
Yeah, we should go with your gut. So it's 1 to 1 +2.
Okay, here we go. So that's going to be a net of 3 for
Yeah,
me.
3, and I don't know
So
why I
1 to
just hit that.
1, that's just going to be an MM. Okay.
Okay, so the attacker rolls first.
Okay. And I pass.
You do pass, and then the defender rolls. And the defender would pass as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So then we just do the
Funny
whole
part-
thing again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, unless there's somebody enfilading, infantry combat is usually just keep going, keep going, keep going. Just remember, the winner will be disordered at the
Eventually.
conclusion of
Here we
this.
go.
Yeah.
So now it's a +5.
+5 is going to be good enough to end it. So that's going to be
So a
1D
1R and a 1D.
R. 1D, 1R. So everybody takes 1 increment loss. The attackers are disordered. The defenders rout.
Okay. That was exciting.
Yeah, well, that's why we pays the big cash here.
So I don't
Did
have
you
a.
take an increment loss?
I did. I've got I had 2 losses. Now I'm up to 3
Oh, I'm
losses.
sorry.
Yeah.
I was confusing him with the other guy who had taken more. So okay. So he moves back 4. Looks like you need to go one more, David.
Oh, I was thinking of lava.
Yeah.
I was in lava time mode.
Well, let's see. If
Okay.
you're routed, let's see. It's his full movement value. So it
Right.
still would have been 4. Yeah.
So, of course, you advance, maintaining your facing. If you're in an enemy zone of control, which, of course, in this case you are, then you have to maintain that facing. So you would want to anyway, but there you are.
Okay. Cool.
So, well done, you. Go ahead and flip your leader, and it's time for you to roll initiative.
All right. We'll see what we get now. A 93. It's another wing activation, baby.
Oh,
But we do move the clock
he's
forward.
on fire. Yes, indeed we do. Yes, indeed we
Yeah.
do. Thank you very much. Did you do it? I do it.
Yeah.
I did it.
You normally do it, so that way it
Yep,
doesn't get
yep.
moved twice.
That is the way it should be. Yes.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and do this other wing down here. This is Foucault.
Okay.
Foucault. You say potato, I say potato.
Well, it's got an accent on the E, so it
Good.
seems like it would have to be Fouquet or maybe even Fouquet. I don't know.
All right. So I'll have these 2 guns join in the mayhem,
I
and
hope there's mayhem.
yeah, and let's see. They both have to fire separately, correct?
At this distance, they certainly would.
Yeah. So I will have this one here fire at this guy here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A range of 8. And those are 6-pounders. So they're going to be times 2, it looks like. So that's going to be a 4 to 10 on the Grenadiers.
1 to 3, kind of counting on a special result or something.
Nope, not this time. All right.
You would actually. You do get a. Oh, help me out, David.
Yeah.
There's a negative
-5. Yep.
one shooting up, right? Okay, so you actually got a +10 because of the target size, but a -5 for the elevation difference.
So it's a 90.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
but
doesn't
it's
matter.
still
It just meant that you had a chance.
right. Okay. All right. And then this chap is going to fire over on that guy.
Okay, and it'll be the same thing. It's going to
Yeah.
be +5, right?
So not enough. Okay, good. Then they are going to prolong
Right, absolutely.
because they can do that, and then we will mark
That's
them
right.
as finished. Okay, exciting. All right, now it's time to come and attack with some more people, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what makes it exciting, potentially.
That is for good or for ill. Yes.
1. And let's see. 2. And then I guess I'll move here. That's going to be 3.
Okay.
That'll be 3, 4.
Oh yeah, 3, 4,
Yes.
right? Because it's going into a Zoc.
So, as you may have already started to figure out, there's a little bit of an art to this
Okay,
because
which I do not know yet.
well, because we're moving these pieces one at a time, which
Right.
isn't necessarily what's really happening on the battlefield, but that is what we're doing. You have the effect of partially blocking for the guys who are marching up behind you.
Ah, okay.
Because as long as you make sure to slide into a hex that's partially behind this guy, like, make sure the next guy's leaving out of this hex, well, then this guy can only get half increments against him. He can still get full increments.
Right.
And of course, this guy obviously can't do anything. So, you kind of appreciate that you kind of do a little, what's the
A little dance
little
there.
oblique advance,
Right.
sort of, if you will, with the understanding that the guys at the front are going to take the brunt, and then everybody behind gets a little bit of the advantage. It's kind of like drafting in, by bicycling.
Okay, I'll
So
take your word for
Except there's less gunfire in bicycling.
it. Most
so
of the time.
I get a 2-to-1 shot, right, on him leaving there.
And which hex was it that he left out of?
He
This
left.
one?
Yep. So all three of
Okay.
those can fire,
Okay. Yeah, so
and
that's 12 times
twenty
2 is 24. So 2 to 1.
24.
Yeah, and it's 2 to 1 plus 10 for size.
Five. So 2-to-1 plus 10. That's
That's
So
going to
hit.
be a hit.
78. 2-to-1.
It's going to be a 78, and that's opportunity fire.
Yep.
So that's
So
one
that's
hit.
one hit and a disorder check and another freaking morale check because he keeps rolling those even numbers.
Okay, here's the disorder check. We're fine. And the morale check. Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
They are shaken. That seems to be the story of my life here. All right. So now the next guys can move, and they will be. I can hide them a little bit, right? Is what you're suggesting.
Exactly.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So.
This is one of those times when it's advantageous to be the Prussians and to be able to do the oblique marching, and it's no big
Right.
deal, right? Because obviously the folks who can't do that are a little bit more inhibited in how they're able to move forward.
All right. So let's see here. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. To attack over this way or to attack over this way?
Well, it's an interesting one. Anybody here is going to have to attack 2 hexes, but at least it's only size 10.
Right.
Same problem over here. You're going to have to attack, unless you can get somebody to come out. But, I mean, you got a disadvantage because this guy is not pulling his weight.
Right, right.
So it's going to be a challenge no matter what you do.
Okay, well, got to live on the edge, baby. So
Right.
let's see here. At least we can get stuff here, right? If we did, though, it's going to be a bigger stack, right? Which means it'll get potentially shot up a little bit more. But then I'd have to assault both of these hexes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. And so that's just the thing to bear in mind that it's probably the reason not to do that is just because you've already got these guys queued up to do that.
Yep.
You're in their way, but on the other hand, these guys are a lot smaller, so it's a tough decision.
So, does it make sense to get within 2 hexes and then like engage in some sort of firefight thing?
You don't have any.
Or my guys aren't there
advantage at
good?
2 hex range,
Okay.
right? Because aren't you times 2 also?
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm not telling you that it's a bad idea. It certainly saves you getting opportunity fired at,
Right.
and then getting defensive fired at. On the other hand, I guess if you actually were willing to brave getting shot on the opportunity fire, you do have an advantage at 1 hex range, don't you?
Yeah, because I'm times 4, whatever survives.
Yeah, and the trouble is, of course, he's going to get to fire next because obviously he still hasn't activated.
Right.
So he will get a shot at you. So, but on the other hand, if you don't think the odds look very good for a close assault, don't do one.
Right.
So maybe being at 2 hex range, or maybe go ahead and close into 1 hex range if you're willing to just take the fact that he's going to take a shot at you. And then maybe you just figure on shooting back next turn and doing him some harm. So try it out. See what you think. See what you like.
There you
See
go.
what feels right.
There you go. That sounds like it. Who knows?
Paul Borchers always talks about how he thinks it's funny that everybody just goes in for close combat all the time. Nobody stands and just shoots. And I don't know if that's realistic.
Okay,
or
so
not,
as I go from here to here, go ahead and Take a pot shot at me.
Right.
So
So he's
that
got
time I only got 4, 6,
6.
12,
Yeah.
1 to 1,
1 to 1.
and
And it's going to
he's
be not. Oh yeah, not going to be plus anything for size. So it's just
right,
1 to 1
just
straight up.
straight up 1 to 1. So we want a good old 99, right?
Well, no,
Oh,
but
that's
that's
not
enough for a
bad.
hit and a disorder check and another effing morale check. Chingow.
Well, let's see here.
The dice looked over the game and realized that he could use
Well,
a
I'm
hand.
disordered, but I'm
Okay,
not.
it's
But I'm not shaken.
oh,
I'm
okay.
disordered,
Well,
but
you
not shaken. So,
definitely don't want to go in for close combat then.
nope. All right, and then this chap will come up 1, 2, and we'll leave him there. And then this guy can come up and he'll just park right there. That way we've got reinforcements, I guess.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
That's fine.
so that's this guy. So we're not going to bother to because moving somebody into his thing would they would become disordered, right? If I moved onto the stack,
that
yeah.
is correct. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
The disorder spreads like a contagion.
There you go. That's always tricky stuff. All right, and so then here we got 1, 2.
Actually, that should be 2, I think, because you went up the slope.
Oh, you're right. I keep forgetting about these slopes. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. And these guys are going to go. Can they march? Can they march over the top of the guns?
Okay. Absolutely can.
Yep. Okay. So 1,
because they're
2, 3.
Facing is the same.
4.
They're well. Yeah, you could do that, or you could just skip the slope and just go through that hex instead, right?
Yep. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll go right there. That'll make sense.
Yep.
Good. And then this chap can turn.
These guys can do the same thing.
So that's turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because unlimbered artillery and line infantry are compatible with each other, and because they're facing in the same direction, and because they're not overstacked, there is no pass-through. There's no need for a disorder check, because what you were doing was all perfectly aligned with each other.
Right.
So, all good there.
Okay.
And then you're moving and I don't know if you want to move Schwerin or not, just to get him close enough to make sure that he can stay in control. For God's sakes, don't get him too close. He's got a target on his forehead.
Yes, he's wearing a jacket with a big red bullseye on it here. So, Harchmony, Fouquet, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We trace supply along the trail, right? For command.
Surely you didn't mean supply.
I mean,
yeah, between leaders you can use the road at half.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's still in range. He's still in range, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So then we keep Winterfeld in command.
Yes, because you can keep him in command even though he's a long way down there.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, cool. So that's it for me. Yep.
And did he move?
He did not move. I just left him where he was. There was no point moving him.
Very good.
Because I remember Winterfeld.
It is your initiative roll.
Another one for us.
The hits just keep on hitting. Well, good. Speaking of Winterfeld,
yeah,
time to go ahead and move him.
So, what do you suggest I do with Winterfeld? Bring him down here to menace the cavalry, or start pushing through the town towards the tail end of the Grenadiers?
I'm thinking if memory serves, you can actually just march right along the north side of that creek because it doesn't have any effect on you.
Right.
And, of course, they can't shoot at you as long as you're behind the town.
Right.
So they can't even start shooting at you until you come out there, and they're going to have to turn in order to do that. Uh, Obviously, they could do that.
Right.
You're pretty safe from the cavalry as long as you stay on the north side of the marsh. And then on the other hand, if you get on the south side of the marsh, well, then you can start making them nervous about charging, becoming disordered, and then having you come up and whack the crap out of them. So, move on in, see
All
what you can
right.
do.
1, 2, 3. Right, and then
Yeah, you're flank on if you step forward one more hex. So
yeah.
you might want to think about whether you want to change direction before
1,
you move into that
2,
hex.
3. And this guy could then, so he could turn 4.
No, that'd be 4 for him. That's right.
Yeah. How much does it cost to go into the village? Village.
Ooh, that's a great question.
Looks like it costs 2 points, and it's got a
terrain
star.
for disorder check.
Disorder check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right if you just move in.
Yeah, it's just moving through it. You'll have to.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he might as well.
And that's one that varies wildly from game to game.
Right. 1,
Because there
2,
are places
3,
where you got to go general order. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff
4.
like that. But
Okay. And let's see here. As usual. And 1, 2, 3. And we'll have this guy come over here. 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We've got the whole gang over here now.
good times.
Yep. Finally.
Practicing
on.
their stormtrooping tactics. Just 150 years too early.
There you go. That's the best kind. All right. Time for somebody else to do
Back to
something
you,
exciting.
Michael.
Back to me. Let's see if we got an interesting special result. That's not an interesting special result. That's not interesting at all.
That's a big wing one for the Austrians.
Big wing for the bad guys.
A wing ding for the bad guys.
Wing-a-ding-a-ling.
Let's see. Everybody in front of me has moved in front of my infantry ring. So I could do a wing. I see. My grenadiers aren't part of my wing, right? It's just the guys in the middle there.
Let's take a look at it here. So this is Kuhl, or is this Koenigsegg? It must
The
be
wing
Kuhl.
is Koenigsegg.
He doesn't have any grenadiers. They're all fusiliers.
Right.
So the grenadiers are all independent units, I think.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like under Oberst Gasko.
Yes.
Kind of.
Where's their commander? Oh, here he is. He's there. Interesting.
David is plotting and planning.
I'm plotting and planning. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. This could be this could be a complete.
Well, I like the sound of it so far. What
Or
are
I
you
do
doing?
have I do have a question now. The changing of I know with in a cavalry thing when somebody comes up on them, they can change their facing. Is
You're
that
talking
all,
about a defender reaction.
right? Is that
Yeah.
also apply to infantry?
No, no, I don't believe it does. But here I am in my usual habit of like 5 seconds after I start looking, I find the rule I'm after. Prior to each time an enemy cavalry unit or stack moves. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, um, it's charge movement only that you can react to,
Okay.
not regular movement.
So okay. All right. Um,
There is an optional rule that would let you do that, but it is an optional rule.
okay. I think I'm gonna. Do I want to do this?
This is good. This is
um,
this is why we pays the bucks here.
yeah. This could be. Who knows?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm. Excuse me.
Trying to apply peer pressure to you, David.
Ah, trying to
Does he
drink
want to
some
come
water.
down from his hill?
All right.
That's the question.
I'm going to activate the Grenadiers.
The Grenadiers. Here we go.
So, to be clear, I think they're an independent unit. I mean, they are independent units. So I don't think they are a unit that can be activated. I think you need to activate somebody else, and you can activate them too.
Oh,
I mean,
so I can activate my whole wing and him too?
yeah, because they are listed as
Independent
independent
units.
units.
Oh,
The only thing about Gausko, which makes it a little confusing, is that he's a special leader who functions as an ad hoc leader for the Austrian Grenadiers. He can be activated like any special leader, meaning when another command leader is activated. Or, and this is contrary to what I just said, he can be activated as a command leader. Okay, so that's very unusual. When he is activated as a command leader, he has a command range and an initiative rating. He may activate any grenadier or artillery units within his command range. He may not attach units, and regimental integrity does not apply to grenadiers. He has no replacement. So part of what I said was true, part of it wasn't. So actually, he can go ahead and activate all the grenadiers that are within his reach or any artillery that's within his reach, and you can treat that like a separate command. Or you could just activate the individual grenadier units along with another formation. Either way. Because that's what David needed, was another thing to consider.
yes.
Adding value every damn day.
All right. Let's see what happens here.
I say that at work a lot.
All right. So
Eric.
I can see. All right. So I can activate my wing, which would be brown, right?
Oh, Brown's not
or
a wing.
Koenig.
He's
No, he's the
Excuse me,
army.
Koenig. Right. I can act. I can actually Koenigsegg. I
Right.
can act,
okay.
and since
And
and
where's okay? He's way all the way over there.
so that would activate him, and that
Okay.
would activate.
Anybody that he can reach also would activate with him.
And here, there's a commander in there, right? Yeah, Isaac.
Right.
That would activate him, and then
That's right.
I can also activate the grenadiers,
Yep.
and they're in range of Brown, so they don't have to do any
Well, they're
checks,
independent,
or do
right?
they?
So, do independent units have to be in the range of the commander?
Right. So that's one of those things that's worth reading because it's not obvious. Um, Independent units and non-command leaders may be activated at any time during the command control segment. After the command control segment, no additional independent units, non-command leaders. Okay, that's not what I want. Um, okay. A finished army leader can still be used to trace an LOC to subordinate leaders and independent units. Finished wing leaders that are in command can still be used to trace an LOC to subordinate leaders and independent units, but they
Neither
can't be
of them are
used for
finished.
wing activation. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I'm just reading the
Yeah.
rule. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to say that as long as they're within reach of any non-command leader, then and and it's arguable whether Gausko is a non-command leader, I guess, because what we just read. Although it sounds like he can be a non-command leader, so there you go. I I'm I believe you don't need to roll for any of them. They all appear to be in command as far as I'm concerned.
All right. So fire is. So I'm activating the Koenigsweg.
Right. Which effectively, though, is just two commands, right?
Right. It's
Campitelli
and this one and
Presach.
that one.
Okay, yep. And then all the grenadiers. All right, very good. And it looks like you've already fired some of the artillery down
Right.
south, but
That's
not
all
the ones
fired.
up north.
And I'm also going to activate that artillery there.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay,
So
well then,
we got
have
fire
it.
first, right?
Yeah.
So let's do the fire on this artillery. And let's blast this thing right here.
All right, would you say that was like 38 or something?
That's like
Yeah, it's a range of
38.
3, so your times 4 for the 6. Times 7, so it's
For the
14 and
6
24. Yeah,
That's
so
12.
38. So you got
And
3 to 1 odds.
plus 10 and
Plus 10.
and
Yeah.
nothing for size. So
Right.
and so it's 3 to 1 plus 10. And we got a special result.
Special result.
Special result. Whatever the heck that means.
Wow.
O2 for artillery fire is accurate fire. Shift the odds column 1 to the right and re-roll.
Okay.
The other thing is there was a leader loss there because it was a even number,
Right.
which means we actually need to roll in the leader loss table. It may have no effect, but as you can see, the leader loss table includes enemy leaders that are nowhere nearby, much
Yeah.
less. So we definitely need to roll on the leader loss table.
So roll
Before or after.
one die, right?
Yep, one die. I'm not rolling. I assume David is.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find where all this was here in the table. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's under special results in the
Under
vassal
special
module.
results, and it's artillery fire special results. So it's accurate fire for me because it was a 2.
That's right.
Got
And
an
there was a
asterisk.
star, which is why we're doing the leader loss table.
How's that 1 or 2 roll die?
It's 1 die.
Okay. Boom.
A 3.
That's in the line of fire. Roll for each enemy leader in or adjacent to the target hex. And by the way, that might be nobody. And it looks like it is
nobody. Yep.
Okay. Well, with a different roll, it would have been different. But back to accurate fire, we're going to shift the odds column 1 to the right, so it becomes 4 to 1 plus 10.
Okay. So that becomes a 78. That's going to be 3. 3D.
3D and an M plus 10 because he keeps rolling the damn even numbers.
All right, those guys.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, this is
regular fire.
Opportunity fire. So there is no D. So it's 3
M
and then the M
plus 10.
plus 10.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
And it's really plus 20 because you're half dead.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because you didn't fail. So there you go. All right. Well done. And what other gunfire do you want to do, David?
All right. So now we'll fire this guys at here. So they're 12.
1 to 1. That's enough for 1 more hit and a morale check, no less, just to add insult to injury. Morale check will be plus 15 because he's half dead and disordered, minus 4 but plus 1, so it's going to be plus 16.
Plus 5 for your...
Well, no, I already covered that because I did the leader and the army morale.
Oh.
So
plus 10.
So what is it altogether?
It's plus 16. I mean, he's...
Oh, yeah, and so I'm at 30.
Wait a minute. Whoa, it's more than that, isn't it?
So it's plus 10 for being half dead.
Right.
It's plus 5 for being disordered.
Right.
It's plus 5 more for army morale. That's 20. Minus 4 for the leader is plus 16.
Plus 10 for the...
For what?
Result. For the result on the table. It's a morale plus 10 roll.
No, it's not. I only took 1 hit.
Yeah, I'm not...
Oh, okay. I thought it was... Sorry. My mistake.
Yeah, this is a 1-to-1. This was a 1-to-1 shot,
yeah,
right?
This was just the regular plain Jane. It doesn't matter. He failed the roll regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Oh.
So shaken and disordered. Because you can buy a freaking break here, Eric.
Oh no. This is what we want to see. This is the Prussians love this. This is that there'll be songs written. There will be poetry. There'll be
mostly by people not present.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. What else you got there, David?
Now we'll fire these 4 here on these 4 there.
That's going to be 1 to 1 minus 5, I think, for size. Yep, minus 5 for size. Ooh.
Well, a 27 I don't think is enough to...
We need to worry about that a whole lot.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
Let's see. I can do... That's this one on the disordered.
Okay.
And so that's going to be 1 to 1.
Okay.
No modifiers.
Okay, that's going to be a hit and a morale check. check's going to be at, doesn't matter, you passed.
Right.
Okay, all right.
All right.
What's next?
Now I'm going to do this one, half, which is half, and this one at this. So that
Okay.
should give me 1 to 1, all right?
Should be 1 to 1, yep.
No, that's not going to do
Big
anything.
nothing.
And I think
Oh.
that's all for
Well,
fire.
In the spirit of being a nice guy,
You didn't
Why
fire
is
that
this-
guy, yeah.
why is that guy not fired?
Oh, well then he will fire at that guy right there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
No.
nothing.
See, and I get credit for being honest, and it didn't even cost me anything.
All
There
right.
you go. That's the best
What a
kind.
deal. Yes, sir.
All right, so now it's time to move.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so let's.
So where are you at? So I can follow you on the module.
I'm trying to just figure out if there's any things that are going to require a different order here, but all right. So I think the most important one is going to be starting. I'll start with this guy here. Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's why was that 3-4?
Because he's, oh, it's not a zone. That's 3. Excuse me.
Mhm.
I was thinking in terms of. All right, so this one's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 3. 2, 3. All right. Now this guy is going to, and I'll do the opposite. He's going to move into here, so you get a shot.
Okay, so those guys
2x.
are what? Musketeers, so I guess they're just times 2. So that's going to be 8. 8 to 10.
8, so 1 to 1.5, but it's going to be plus 10 for size.
I rolled a 0.6, so that's a special result.
result.
Infantry fire. For 1 hex range, re-roll with a -20. At 2 hex range, cancel fire. Is that correct?
Smoke and dust. Yeah, although there was a leader check there, so roll a single die.
Okay. A 5. In the line of
In the
fire.
adjacent, in the hex, or the, there's nobody in the adjacent
Yeah,
hexes,
yeah.
so you're fine. All right.
Glad I didn't.
All right.
I was getting ready. I still hadn't moved the leader. Good thing. Because he's actually going to come up into that hex next to it. But
Oh,
well,
well.
It's all right. I'll shoot him off his horse next time.
and okay, so I think that's the only move.
I love it. This is like the Battle of Hastings. The
Mm-hmm.
Saxons are coming down off the hill. It's perfect.
He's falling right into our trap, Michael.
Yeah, right into your cunning plan.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, let's see what we got here. I've got a shaken and a disordered one there with a 2-1. All right, so I will try an assault here.
Where's that?
Is up
Oh,
by the
okay.
guns. There any others?
Well, these two will try an assault here. And
Okay.
that's to do these two trying to assault there.
Now, bear in mind that you can't avoid assaulting there.
Right.
You're in his Ezok. You have to.
Right. So
Right.
I mean, if he passes, then he'd
I,
have to assault
if
both of
I
them.
assault with that, I have to assault.
Right, but knowing that, he might choose to add this one because
Right.
otherwise,
Actually, so I can just do that one against that, right?
Yeah, you could sure do that too. Yeah.
And that's
All right.
7 to
So
2.
just those three down there and the one up north.
Let me see one other thing here. Do I want to get some officers involved in another officer? Yes. Might as well get whatever. See any
Or
good?
cannon fodder, as we call them.
Plus 20 is -4 to morale. Yeah, it's kind of plus good. That's who he. That's that's his command. I want to do those two against that. That would give me 7 and 5, 12 against the
Well, that's
shaken.
you're provided that you actually pass your morale check.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
was looking at the
provided
same thing, and then my guys all blew their morale
Yeah.
checks. So you know.
Is
Right.
it man proposes, God disposes? I
Yeah,
think that's the expression.
So, now when you're shaking that,
It's -5 on their die roll.
that's nothing to their SP, right?
That's
No,
right,
that's the
exactly.
disordered part does that.
Disorder
That's
does
right.
on the SP. All right.
Yeah.
So the disorder does the SP. So I will just try and do that guy here, and I am going to finish the move. I'm going to take this commander and 1, 2, 3, 6. He's going to join the fight there. He's going to lead the men.
There you go.
Lead them.
Plucky.
All right.
All right, so we have this one. We have this one. No, excuse me. We have this one.
Not that one, right?
These two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Attack. Morale
Attack.
checks.
All right, so we do all the attack morale checks.
Starting
That's
at the
right.
top.
Okay, I'll start at the top here, and boom, and that's not. He's not going anywhere.
It
Okay.
is shaken.
He comes shaking.
Good to know where you stand. They saw the look of those 150 or well, I guess 300 remaining Prussians who were all shaken and disordered and said, "No, we don't dare."
All right, so now let's do this guy here.
Nope, not that guy.
Not that guy. Sorry, the guy with this one.
Yep.
Boom.
There you
And
go.
it's a
Oh,
special
two.
result.
Special result.
Result. Oh, two.
For a-
Well, what is?
Which is this? This is what?
This
This is a morale check
This is
B.
a B type morale check.
Morale check
B-type
B.
morale check,
02.
02.
From a B.
If
The unit is
attacking in an Ezok, reroll with a plus 20
20
modifier.
Yeah, so reroll with a plus 20.
Come on. 90, would be nice right about now. Where's my cursor? There it is. 63.
63.
All right, that's
All right.
Well, take a look and
Moving
see.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, okay.
Even
Because I
with
mean,
plus-
there's people that are like 30s or whatever else kind of.
Yeah, I
thing,
know,
so.
but even with plus 20,
Oh, okay.
he's got a leader there, too.
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
he's going in. So we need to mark
he's
him with a
going in.
little assault marker, I guess.
we have those? Okay. And
We should have them.
yeah, so
You might be able to just right-click on the unit and come up with a close combat. Yeah, there's a close combat marker right there. I just pulled it up.
There we go.
Yeah.
all right. So this guy here, him. Oh, he's
Okay.
He's
not.
going in.
This guy here, gun and 26
Ooh.
butts. Let's see.
Well, of course, he's a grenadier, so he's
29.
really good. So
Yeah.
never mind.
18. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's got an officer on him. Even though-
Right. Yeah. Nothing to worry about there.
All right. So we're going in.
Okay. Exciting.
Which one do you want to do first?
Ah. Well, I don't think it matters. I don't think I get any advantage if I go to
Not
this one
really a
first.
lot. No,
So-
not really.
So we'll do this one first here.
All right.
Okay, so now I have to make a morale check, correct?
Yeah, and you're gonna do it with a plus 16 because you got somebody in your flank. So
Oh, so
plus
even though they're
16.
not facing me.
That's right. They won't affect the combat.
Right.
They do affect your defender morale check.
Okay, well, we roll the dice and see what we get. 85.
Yep,
We're
no
happy.
problem.
All right.
Right.
So now we shoot, I guess.
Yep. So you're probably you got 5 increments left, so you got 4 that can fire, so it should be probably 1 to 1.5, or 1.5 to 1. Excuse me.
Yeah, they
1.5.
are
1.
Fusiliers. I think they're times 3.
No, they're musketeers.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They're musketeers, so it's times 4. So that's going to be 16. 16 to
Right.
10. Okay, one
Oh,
and a half.
sorry, my bad. They're disordered. Only 2 increments.
Oh,
can fire,
okay.
my
So
bad.
they're only half. So that's
So
going to
it's
be 8. 8 to 10.
So
Okay.
1
All
to
right.
1.5. It's going to be plus 30 to your die roll because of size
size.
and
And
because of
plus
defensive fire.
Okay. 78. That becomes 108.
Means
So that's going to
Yeah.
be a 2dm plus 10, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Yeah.
You are correct. Yes.
Unit. Lost.
So the bad news for you is that they won't be a big target next time.
Well, we can hope that they fail some of their checks. So that way
Well.
they are a little less impressive.
Not rule it out.
All right. So now, okay.
So make
So-
your disorder check, I
Disorder
guess.
check first.
Disorder check first. Boom. 31.
So what are
Probably
they?
okay with the leader there, but oh yeah, no problem.
26. Yeah, and the leader is
Nine.
minus 4, so that
Leader.
Right.
Okay.
So you needed a 22 or better, so you're good. Now morale check, and is the morale check plus
it's a
anything?
plus 10.
But
So they have a
Plus
plus
10?
13 minus 4, so a plus 9 altogether. And that's
Oh.
good.
should be good.
Okay.
Good enough. Okay.
All right. So now,
All right. So we've got 6 attacking strength points against 3 defending strength points because of the disorder. So the odds are 2 to 1. The attacker is bringing plus 4 printed value, and the defender has got plus 4 printed value. So I
Yep.
think it's
2 to
2
1.
to 1 straight up.
Yep, doesn't look like there's any
Yeah.
pluses or minuses, so
2 to 1 straight up.
All right. Special result.
7.
Again, a
Oh my
special
gosh.
result. Just
Where
to
is
monkey with
that?
things a little further. It's under special results.
Ouch.
Yep.
Oh boy, this is a bad one.
So
You
everybody
lose
loses 3. The
Everybody
leader, there's a
loses
leader
3.
casualty.
There's a leader casualty check for the attacker. So apply the SP losses first, 3 on each side.
Not much left of my poor sap.
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
A whole
Yeah,
lot left of mine either.
exchanging even odds didn't really help you out much, but
Yeah.
then we still have the leader loss potential. So
All right.
let's see
So
what happens
that
there.
one die.
So
Yep,
you
one
roll
die.
one die.
Yep, you're all
That's
right.
7. He's okay. No effect.
All right. So then we rank all the stacks by their effectiveness rating against a morale check G.
I'll check G.
So I will
And-
probably have to roll first because I'm disordered and our army morale is worse. Right? Or does the
that's
disorder.
funny. You're right, because it's a 26
And he's at 26.
minus 4.
Right?
And you're a 26 with a minus 4. That's hilarious, but you're right. You get an extra +5 for being disordered, and
I'm
then
only
the army
+3.
morale is 2 higher. So yeah, you would have to roll first for sure.
Okay. Here we go. Nope. I'm going to bug out. Or
No,
is it a special result?
Oh no, it is an M type. So you're right. You do bug out.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to go back
Lose
4.
another
1,
strength.
2, 3, 4. All right.
But just to add insult to injury, another strength point loss. Yeah, good times. All right. The attacker does not need to roll because the defender failed his check, so he needs to move in and has to adopt the same facing he already has because he's going to be in a zone of control.
All right. And okay, so now I second.
All right, so the attackers have already rolled, so the defender needs to roll now. And the defender is going to have a +10 because he's got somebody attacking him in the flank, in addition to the +5 for army morale generally.
Here we go. Yep, he's happy.
Seems pretty clear you're willing to stay. You're not disordered or anything, so you get the full 1.5 to 1 against this target here.
Okay. With a plus 30?
Yeah,
because he's got 8.
He's an 8,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so +30.
Ah, terrible roll.
Oh,
So
brother.
that's a 49
Yeah,
at 1.5 to 1.
Yeah, that is not going to get her none.
So that's a
Not
D
gonna get it.
result. So
Did
that's
you
a
manage a
disorder.
D? Really?
Yeah, that's what it
Managed
says.
D.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Okay, well, it's
I
worth it.
disordered. All right.
Worth it.
And I do disorder.
Oh!
Yay!
Boy.
And there was much rejoicing.
It's so funny how, especially against Grenadiers, you just don't count on this ever meaning a damn thing. All right, well, that does complicate things here a little bit. So it means that the attackers are coming in with 12 strength points, not 16. However, the defender only has 6, so it's 2 to 1 regardless.
2 to 1, yep.
Let's see. So this hex here has got a +4.
Yep.
Yep. I think the other
this
guy's
hex
got a
here-
plus 6, right?
But +3 more for hitting you in the flank, so 9.
Okay.
So 9 and 4 is 13, which averages to 6.5, rounds up to 7. So 7. You've got 3.
Yep.
So it is
It's a
2 to
net
1
of
plus
+4.
4. So looking for another 0 here from David.
So
3.
2 to 1, and that's going to be a 4.
That is going to route
So
you.
that's a 1D1R.
That is. That's right.
Okay. All right. So I lose 1 and I got to go back 4.
That's
Okay.
right.
And then he loses 1 and
Rob-
he's disordered.
Yes, that's right. And you're
And
gonna
the
have to
guy who's
run
already
over-
disordered, does he become more disordered or does he?
Oh, yeah. I think so. Yes, I believe so. Let's just double check. It's an entirely fair
Or does
question.
he become shaken?
I'm just gonna make double sure. Some disorder results require that the winner's side's units be disordered. This is not a disorder check, but an automatic disorder. If the unit is already disordered, it becomes shaken disordered. And so, yeah, he becomes shaken disordered. The other one just becomes shaken. Only one of them
The other one
needs
just
to.
becomes disordered. One becomes
Sorry?
shaken, and one becomes shaken, and one becomes disordered.
No. The one that's disordered becomes shaken and disordered. The one that's neither just becomes disordered.
Disordered. And one of them takes a loss.
Wait.
Yes.
I thought a double disorder ends up in a shaking,
No.
but okay.
No. It's kind of funny because disorder and shakenness are really different things, but
Right.
when they get compounded, they add up to being shaken and disordered. I mean, it's a little weird, to be honest with you, but there is no concept of double shaken or double disordered. I mean, if you get disordered again, it becomes shaken and disordered, even though
Now,
really one of them's an organizational state, one's a morale state, so theoretically they shouldn't have anything to do with each other, but they do.
now the other question do I have to move both into that hex or just one?
No, either one can move, or both can move. They will have to, in either case, maintain their facing, though, that they adopted when, well,
Right.
they have to maintain their facing,
Right.
whoever goes in. And that's a little bit of a tough call, because obviously the shaken and disordered one, it's a little bit cheeky to put him in harm's way. But on the other hand, do you want to leave a hole in your line and your flank waggling out there? So I don't know. You decide.
Yeah, that's a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go that way.
Alrighty then.
Well, technically, this guy's flank is still in the air, right?
Yeah, no, it is
Yeah.
definitely still in the air,
Yeah.
right?
But at least I've got
You've got somebody there
grenadiers
that can
sitting
shoot.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
At least something can happen. All right. The Austrians counterattack. The Empire strikes back.
There you go. Exciting stuff.
Is there another anything? No, that's probably it, right?
No, that was all of his guys, unless,
Yeah.
well, you still have Campanelli. Did you want to activate him at the same time, or?
Well, I did the wing, so he's part of that.
Okay. But I don't
Right.
see him move, so that's why I was asking.
And yeah, there's no. I don't have any movement for him.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're right. That's fine.
All right, I think it is. I'm not sure whose role it is now.
It's your role, actually, Aaron.
Oh, okay. Exciting. That is another one to move the clock. And it's one for the Austrians.
Wow, like David is just getting an embarrassment of riches here.
All right. These are tough shape. Well, I'm going to do Baroni.
Baroni.
Up in the Great White North. Or actually, it's the Gray North. At least we can read the word north.
Data analysis
can.
shows too many variables.
Even though it's gray. What is Peroni going to do? We wonder.
We wonder why. this guy's. There's no disorder. There's no.
No, these little streams are fairly tame little things compared to
Yeah.
what was it,
Yeah.
Brandywine, where
Oh
you
yeah.
just
No
look
kidding.
at the water and everyone has to make a disorder check practically.
Uh, yeah, and it's only early May, so it's surprising
All right.
that
So that's
it's surprising there's not any water in there.
Yeah. Here's Peroni's move. So. All right.
Okay.
So that's you guys. 51.
Back to us. Okay. I got one more on the north side
Okay,
of
go ahead and take it. Yeah, I've
on.
moved all my infantry, so I've only got one heavy cavalry
All right.
group left.
So this is going to be Panvitz, which is going to be all the rest of these guys up here. And I don't think we're going to do anything terribly interesting, because I think we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, do a disorder check, because we went through the woods. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just keep on moving along. And then we'll come busting out of the woods and open a can of whoop ass on you.
There you go.
Bust open a can of whoop ass. All right, now I guess it's my roll.
There you
Yeah.
go. And is that a
That's a
special?
special.
What do you know? That's where
result.
we get to actually recover our
What?
people, right? Special
Is it?
rally, yes.
Special rally.
Special
Pick a
rally
command
for
perform free
us.
disorder and recovery, or disorder recovery and rally phase. Who needs the help?
Oh God, we all need the help at this point.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You got cavalry down south that could use the help.
I do have cavalry down south. I got these heavies down here that could use it.
Data analysis shows too many variables.
I mean,
Who
honestly,
else?
this guy seems far more deserving because these other units are pretty shot up. So
Oh, true.
I wouldn't be worried about how many markers I can pull off. I'd be more worried about markers that I actually have any use
Have
for.
quality. There you go.
You do also, of course, have some routed guys in the middle, but on the other hand, I don't know how shot
There's-
up are they.
They are pretty badly shot up.
Oh,
But
yeah. So
let's see. I mean, I got these two guys at
first.
Kalkruth that could stand to get a little bit of help. Let's see. Yeah, everybody else is all. Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe.
and of course there's always Kleist who clearly needs to pull his cranium.
All
out of
right.
his
Well,
rectum.
you are the army commander, so you make the decision, Frederick.
Okay, well,
Michael de Grossa.
Hey now. Not sure if I like the sound of that. Boy, I am a little concerned about what's going on up north here. But that said, who does he belong to? He belongs to Kalkruth, and where is Kalkruth?
The son of Kalkruth is here. This chap.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
because
wait a minute,
Kalkruth got
then
wounded.
yeah, no, understood. So who's that?
He is part of KS. KS was
Oh, Kersel.
Kersel, yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, and Kersel is not that far away, right?
Yeah, Kersel's right here.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So to me, that unit would be interesting to get back in action, or
Yeah, we
this
got
unit
three,
would
because we
be
got three
interesting.
units with Kersel. This guy, and this guy are all Kersel related.
Okay. Well, I'm not too worried about that one. He's foofed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do Kersel. Let's go ahead and just try to get things organized here.
All right.
So let's
So-
do Kersel, and Kersel is in reach of all of those guys.
That is correct.
Okay, so go ahead and do disorder recovery. Oops, there isn't any. Okay, so now rally plus 10 against the shaken unit, but it's probably another plus 10 for being in the enemy zone of control. I'm going to double check that, but I believe it's true.
Well, let me roll first and see what we get.
Mm,
84.
yeah, it doesn't matter then. He's unshaken now, which
Yep.
is a good thing. Okay, very good. And then the other ones are, oh boy,
This guy's all shot to hell. Let's see if he
yeah.
sticks
So he's
around.
going to be plus
No, he's just disappeared.
26. Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was the end of him.
Yep.
Um,
He goes
and
off to the bone pile.
off to the boneyard.
All right. Joining the stack of dead infantry. Well, actually, he's the first completely dead infantry we have.
Well, we haven't really been all that engaged with
I
the
know.
infantry. Plus, Kleist guys just run.
Yep. Okay, we'll roll for this chap.
Plus 20 for him.
65. I think we're okay.
He is back to shaken and disordered, and then we obviously will get a chance to get him unshaken at the rally phase. So then he'd just be disordered, and that's not too bad.
There you go.
And that's good because I see some grenadiers coming to try to mess you up.
Oh, that's our whole goal.
Oh,
We
that was
draw
your
them
cunning
out.
plan.
We draw them out,
Draw
and
them
then you
out.
just turn them right here with your guys
Oh
that
my
they
gosh,
come
that
up the
is-
road.
oh, that is what I'm going to do.
That was our plan.
Yeah.
They're just putting their heads in the noose. All right,
That's
it's
awesome.
time for who was it? You? Did you roll that 7-0?
I did. I
Yep.
did. Well, let's roll.
roll it
more
again.
Stuff then. More comedy jokes.
8-0.
You get another one.
Hey, we get another special rally. Nice
After
job.
all the agonizing on that first one, and I get to do it again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
This
adding
time
insult
you
to
pick
injury.
which one you want to do.
All right, all right, all right. We'll do Kleist then. I say we will. I don't even know if it matters a whole lot. Oh, screw it. Why not? All right. Yeah, because a lot of these guys are actually still in pretty good shape. All right. So Kleist, just for everyone at home, is up here by Kej. And these are also his units. And that guy is in range, although he's meaningless in terms
Right.
of how useless he is. But whatever. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. It's a rally phase. Cause it's a rally phase, I'll just go ahead and do this knucklehead first. He's at plus 25, 10 for half dead, 10 for shaken, plus 5 for army morale because the king's an idiot, and he does not rally. And then we will do these. Ooh, actually, now that I think about it, these guys are in a town, aren't they?
Yeah, that one stack is.
Yeah, they got a -5 morale check modifier for these guys down here because they're in a village hex. So presumably they're feeling a little cozier. You roll each one independently, so we'll go ahead and do that, and it's going to be plus 10, plus 25, plus 30, -5, so plus 25. Not really great odds there, but what the hell? We'll go ahead and roll. And looks like somebody's going to stick around. And so he will stay, and then we'll roll the other one, the one underneath, again, plus 25. And he's
Hey,
apparently
what do you
decided
know?
to stay too. Wow. Well, just everybody's. Oh, well, in that case, I don't even need to remark. So there we go. I can adopt any facing I want, so I will adopt this facing. All right, so then we'll go to Kleist's own stack, and these guys aren't half dead, so they are plus 20 -5, so plus 15. So we'll roll plus 15 for the top one first. That is not excellent. And so that's going to be another increment loss. And a little bit like the dark side of the moon. Run like hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to go by and see the king, apparently. These guys are also routed, so that's going to be plus 15, plus 5 for army morale, minus 5 for Kleist, so it's plus 15. Let's see what we get there. And, plus 15, that's actually kind of close. I'm not sure what those guys... Oh!
Oh, you're
perfect.
right on the mark. You
All
just
right, wow.
you just squeaked it out.
Just made
We
her.
always comment on how David is the most economical of
It's so efficient, yeah.
exactly. He just rolls
Well, that's
exactly
good,
what he
though,
needs. Yeah.
because if this guy gets a chance to rally and gets himself unshaken, and then of course he'll be undisordered on his first activation, that means that his flank is still awkwardly turned with Kleist's guys over there. So that's a real big plus. That was actually super helpful. All right, I'm going to keep rolling all night. This is going to be like the first time I ever shot craps on Fremont Street. I'm just going to keep rolling all night. Here we go. Boom. Well, wait a minute. That's not how this worked.
That is not. But it doesn't advance the clock.
It doesn't advance the clock, but it is one for David.
It is. It's a
One
wing.
for
It's a wing activation. You can activate another
Oh,
wing.
it is, yeah. If he is of a mind, yes.
I don't have a wing that can activate anymore.
A wing and a prayer. It's a wing and a prayer activation.
Let's see. I don't have too much left. I've got one cavalry unit left.
Oh, I like the sound of a guy saying he doesn't have too much left. I like that.
Let's see. So we can
Who haven't you moved? I thought you've moved everybody down here.
Nope, I have not been.
Oh, it's Altman, right? Is he the one who hasn't moved yet?
Or Altman, yeah, I think it's Altman, yeah.
AL.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I see we've got one of our viewers is in Ohio visiting, picking up some games.
That's right. William of Kitchener, Ontario, is visiting his
he's down in
Ohio for his uncle's 90th birthday.
Trying to play
Picking
fast
up
and loose
games.
with Canadian Customs, is he?
Yes. Well, I think there was a couple of times that he, I don't know, did he? I'm not sure if I sold him a game or whatever else, but
Oh, really?
I
And delivered it to his uncle's
delivered
place?
it to his cousin or somebody there in Ohio.
That's great. Well, I'm not saying I ever smuggled anything into the UK. I definitely am not saying that because we're on the internet.
There you go.
But I may have met a total stranger and given him one of those counter clippers.
There you go. There you go. It was in a brown paper sack, and you left it there at the park bench. You sat down at the park bench and
Exactly.
left it there, and then you got up and walked
Matched
away.
to have of the torn playing card. It was.
You had
Robert
your bowler hat, and he had his red carnation, and yes, it's very much man from uncle from the sounds of it. So, all right, David.
Yeah, I'm thinking what I want to do here.
Oh, that's right. You still got Durcell up north, who's gonna have to make lemonade out of lemons.
All right, and I still have, what's the thing down here? How does it work if a cavalry stack charges into a stack that already has some people that are in it of his own? Does it average the charge move average, or?
Yeah, I mean each stack calculates its own.
No, but he would be. So what he's saying is, say he puts a one unit back here, and then it charges 1, 2, 3, but these guys
no,
here
that's not
haven't moved
permitted.
anywhere at all.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not permitted. You can only move into empty hexes while charging.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, these guys could charge; they just wouldn't get any bonus because they're
Right,
adjacent.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right. But because of where they are, there's really not a whole lot anybody can do to help them.
right.
So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna activate AI or AL, whatever.
AL. Yes.
We've been struggling with that for
The
a long
the
time.
AI is going to activate AL. Yes.
The battle of the 50 plus men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trying to read counters.
And all right, so movement. Take this cavalry commander and move him there. I'm going to declare a charge.
So you're done with all your movement?
Charge!
That's
Yeah, that's a pretty small command if memory serves.
yeah. There's only I think this is all of them right there. I don't think there's any other there.
Well, you had this chap over here.
Oh, he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Um, all right. Yeah, he wants to. I'm going to swing him around and come back. Basically, end up to there.
Okay.
Sure, he's
Exciting
got enough.
stuff. He's got to make a morale check.
No, well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm pulling your I'm
One,
pulling your
two.
leg, David. I'm pulling your leg. Just move him back.
Okay. All right.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, that backup line movement definitely is going to require.
And we'll change it here. We'll move
Oh.
to there. So
Oh.
give
Oh,
us-
there you go.
there we
All
go.
right.
All right. Whatever. But
Now, what do you got?
he's going to be with disorder check, whatever. So he's fine.
All right. So now, are you going to do an attack, or are we just going to stare at each other a bit?
I'm going to do a charge on this guy right there. you know.
Okay.
Why not? Why not?
How are you going to charge him?
Who's charging?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Yeah, there's already guys directly attached. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see if he goes. Yeah, he's going to go.
Okay. All right. And then I have to respond. So, that's a special thing.
Result, and that is morale check B. Special result. And it is a
0-5 for the
5.
Prussians.
For the leader, it's minus 15. Otherwise, it's plus 10.
Okay, so we re-roll with a plus 10. All right,
No
we're
problem.
fine.
So you're good.
Yep. So I flip my guy over. I'm a plus
So that
5.
is 12 to 8, so it's 1.5 to 1, and it's basically even.
Yeah. Oh, he's a 5? And
I'm a
only
5.
I thought I was a plus 2. Oh, man, I didn't know he was a plus 5.
Well, that's
Okay.
that's
Well,
why we
that's the way
keep
it
it
is.
flipped
That's the way
over
it is.
secret.
Oh, and it's a special result. No, it's not.
It's a 3.
that was- It looked like a 60 on mine for a second.
Oh, did it? Okay. It's 1.5 to 1 plus 3. That may be enough for.
It is. So it's a 1D1R,
Yep.
right? So I will lose 1 and I will route away.
And I lose 1.
And you are disordered. Let me. Where's my morale guy? There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
6.
Oh, 6. Okay. And going up slopes doesn't matter. It's just the number of hexes,
Nope.
right?
No, just Texas. Yeah.
And at least one has to pursue, right?
That's right. At least one has to pursue. Looks like he needs to change facing to the east, and then he has to stop. so there's not going to be any pursuit.
I'm not in an Izak.
No, but you're going to have someone in your
In
Izak
your Izak.
Oh, okay.
as soon as you go facing in the direction you have to face, which would be east, then you don't have any choice.
All right. So I can keep one back there, and I can move one. Let's. And I'm disordered. Both of these. Order and order. All right. And so he flips. And he flips. All right. Whose roll?
I think it's mine.
All right.
Yeah, I think it is. Yep.
And that's another one for the Austrians.
Another one for the Austrians,
All right.
indeed.
I think the only guy I have left is this guy up here.
Duracell.
Urcel, yep.
Duracell.
Duracell. He just
Yeah.
keeps running and running.
Let me. If he is facing this way, does he still get the benefit of the out this way of the?
That's a good question. Let's see what the actual wording is, because I'm not sure. Maybe, but maybe not.
And while you're looking at that,
Okay.
I will do my disorders. All right, so this guy, I'll do a disorder check on him.
Okay.
If-
I did find the answer, by the way.
Okay, so he is just going to be shaken. I don't think anybody else is disordered there. Okay, and what is the answer?
6.3b, paragraph D on page 10 of the special rules. In order for the defender to receive the morale bonus for field works and for the attacker to receive the CV penalty, the defending unit must be an infantry or artillery unit in line, skirmish, or unlimbered formation, and 2 or more of the unit's front hexes must be covered by a field works hex side.
Okay,
And if that is the case, then then a unit that meets those conditions is considered to have a front facing through every adjacent fieldworks hex side. So if you turned east, you would no longer
right,
have the benefit through that side.
correct.
Yeah. And yet, I totally see why you would be interested in it.
Right, but he could put himself in a, what is it, a right hook? Is that an option?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it absolutely is an option. That would still maintain that he has 2 front hex sides that are into the earthworks. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, being attacked from that other side wouldn't provide any benefit, but at least he doesn't have a flank hanging out there. So, yeah, that would be another way of dealing with it.
Yeah, good. I like that one. So I'm going. His movement is going to be to put it into a right hook.
I love it. That's exactly what I want.
That's a
Because they can't kill you if you just run. That's the thing.
There you go. He's going to stand. He's going to defend that little bit of
I
dirt.
admire that so much. I will pull his gold teeth out after we kill them all, and I will have great admiration for their courage.
And let's move this guy up to here, and who knows what else we got. I mean, we're this whole they're just kind of holding on
For dear life.
for dear life.
Yeah. Because the avalanche is coming.
Yeah. All right. And all right, are we back to my roll?
Yeah,
Sure.
Do you guys?
because I rolled the 14.
No, it's you. Yeah.
Uh-oh, special
04,
something or other.
Special result 04.
Let's see, 04. Command confusion. So the Austrians are confused. Other player picks one of your commands which may be finished. Initiative
Except
required.
they're all finished, right?
They're all finished. That was the last one.
Then there ain't much more to do. Just go ahead and roll again, please.
That was there's no all the cavalry down there's moved and 04. Yeah. All right, 61. That's
All
one
right,
to you guys.
That's one for us.
Okay. We're starting to run out too, though, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, I've got this heavy cavalry, and that's it for the moment.
Yeah, and
That's
I've
all
got
I
the
got
guys on
left.
the road.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I want you to do your heavy cavalry, I guess.
All right. So that's the question: is what do I do? Do
Do
I?
you want to do anything?
Well, I want to try to do something here, make his life slightly challenging. All right. So he's disordered, so he would be only worth half. Correct?
Yeah, that's right. He's only 3 strength points at the
Okay.
moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're right. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you could bring somebody up.
Yeah, we can look at that. So if I wanted to move this guy a little further back so then he could launch an attack. So 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3,
4,
4,
5.
5.
Yeah, so I can move him back like 1 hex. Like
That's
here.
basically right.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
then I could-
no, you can't. You can't move him there. You'd have to move him to the hex north of there. And the reason is
Okay.
because you have to be able to see your target.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, you can't go charging off blindly the way you can in La Bataille.
Okay. That is so sad. I love charging off blindly.
I know you do. And it was one of the most ridiculous things I ever did at Jena, I think. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
absolutely stupid. I think those guys ended up going like 34 hexes by the end of the turn.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was with your hussars or something like
Those
that.
were hussars, they were, but oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they were just absolutely, that was the most absurd situation ever. So, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so I'll go ahead and
I
charge.
guess there was no disorder to recover from anywhere. No, it doesn't look like it.
No, I got shaken people, but
Okay.
not anybody
Yeah.
who's disordered.
Alright.
So.
Any other movements?
Well, let's see. I'm just wondering. I mean, if I stack shaken people with each other, they will continue to be shaken.
Yeah. There's
There's
no addition to
Right.
that.
Okay. Well, we'll just move them there, so they
All
look
right.
slightly more menacing.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Right.
We'll see if we can muster enough courage to charge.
Let's do
Oh, we did it.
Looks pretty convincing.
So we'll
I'm
go
convinced.
1, 2,
Yeah.
and
All
he's
right.
the target of the charge.
Can
Yes.
he reaction?
That's a great question. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Does he have a line of sight to me? Is the question.
I don't think you're required to have a line of sight.
Yeah, I
reaction.
don't know. Let's take a look.
Right.
So this is a reaction.
Or I may
charge.
be thinking of La Bataille on that too again.
Yeah. A reactive cavalry unit or stack has the option to countercharge move 1 hex forward when an active cavalry unit charge moves into a hex that is 2 hexes away from the reactive unit and in the reactive unit's frontal arc marked X on the diagram. Countercharge movement is special cavalry movement, not regular movement. Can't be shaken, routed, or disordered. Cannot be in an EZOC. Looks like none of those apply. Must be in line or attack column. Can't have performed defender reaction in the same close combat segment. Before the makes the 1 hex countercharge move, needs to make a morale check. If it passes, moves forward 1 hex, and the active cavalry's charge movement is immediately ended. The morale check counts as the defender's morale check at the beginning of the close combat resolution. Countercharging unit must pay. I think so.
Right.
So if you elect to countercharge, you're gonna have to do a morale check, and you're probably gonna have a +10 for having that guy in your flank. I'm gonna go double check and see which kind of morale check it would be. It's pretty close combat, so I believe it would be. No, it's countercharge movement. It's type C specifically. And outflanked is still +10.
Yeah, so we'd have a +13.
So it'd be +13, but he could certainly ruin this other guy's day if he succeeds.
If he fails, I will laugh very,
Well,
very heartily.
There's certainly that.
There's that too, and let's see, and the other. Okay, how does that affect his charge movement points? Does it?
Well, I mean, it
I still move
doesn't.
forward too.
So you will move forward 1, and then everybody's movement is now finished,
right.
and then everyone is going to calculate their own charge movement and do their own combat value based upon what they did. And the attacker is still the attacker, by the way. So
Right.
with a reaction charge, the attacker remains the attacker, whereas with an opportunity charge, the opportunity charger is the attacker.
And does he have to then attack both the units? Or
Oh
does-
yeah, no, he
Yeah.
have to attack everybody.
All right.
Everybody he's near. So yeah,
This is okay. This is worth it to me. I think we'll see.
Probably, yeah.
And Eric, you may get a big laugh here.
Oh, we'll see.
well, that's what.
Oh,
it,
no,
maybe
not this time.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So then you move up there. Now the other stack though still needs to do.
They still need to make their
defender
morale
morale,
check.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
God, we
I
got
don't
big
think we'll-
numbers. These
I don't
guys are
think we're
really
gonna calculate
motivated.
That one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what are we bringing? We're bringing 8 in.
Yep, and
And
he's
then the
got
defender's
3
got
plus.
20.
That's going to be 9. He's got 17.
So it's 1 to 3.
Yeah, my kind of odds.
Awkward. Okay.
So I got a +5.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Really, it's +7 just because you're
7.
medium cavalry, but
Yeah.
whatever. Sure. Okay. The defender. Well, I guess we need to flip all
Flip them
those
over
guys
here.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's stack. Where's my card? I hate it when I lose my card.
So
Okay,
he's gonna
that
have
stack would be
5,
plus
right?
5, plus 7.
So we're both even on that one.
7 and
4, 5, 6, 7.
The other guy is
on that
5.
6 and
5, 6,
it's-
7.
Yeah,
7. They're all 7.
they're
So
all
it's
the
even.
same. So it's just a 0.
Everyone's a 7.
Yep.
So it's 1 to 3, 0. That's not great. I hope you're looking for a 0 there, Eric.
A 1 to 3, 0? Okay.
Yeah, the odds are 1 to 3.
Okay. Okay. So
But
I
the die
need to
roll
roll like a
modifier is-
I need to roll like a 91 or something, right?
Yeah,
You need to roll a 91.
Oh, I rolled a
That's
14. That's no
definitely not what
good.
to roll.
So that's going to be a -3. So I'm going to be 2R, and they're all disordered.
Well, you know what? It could have been worse. At least
Yeah.
you got them disordered.
And just disordered. Okay, so I
It's
did.
going to have to come off of that 8-6.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
You sure that's what you want to do?
Is it sure that I want to do what? One, two, three. Don't I have to go back 6?
Yeah, but if you retreat here, here, right, then they have to stop.
Oh,
because the
oh,
unit's
okay.
under control.
1, 2, 3, 4,
You
5,
always-
6.
You always want to retreat in the most strategically useful way.
Now, that means my disordered guy is now shaken disordered.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he would be.
Okay.
And then one increment loss off of those Porporati dragoons.
No, I don't have any increment loss. It's a -3.
Oh,
The
I'm
2
sorry.
are
I must-
It's just a D.
Oh, my apologies. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was reading the 3, not the -3. You're quite right.
Okay. All right. So
Okay. So somebody moves in, facing east, and then we roll for pursuit points. Hello, Bowie.
yeah, let's see here.
Bowie thinks he's going to sit next to me. This isn't really that complicated, Bowie. Just come up and have a seat. Got a tiny, tiny little brain, don't you, little man?
All right. So
Yes.
I roll 1 die for pursuit points.
Correct.
That's right. Okay. That would be
And
one
then
pursuit
it's.
point.
But isn't he halved because he's disordered?
Well, it's halved, but it's rounded. Which
Oh,
makes it right
okay.
back
So
to
it always
one.
rounds up. Okay.
Yeah. And 1 was all he was going to get anyway, because if he advanced into that guy's zone of control, which is the place he has to advance, well, then he stops anyway.
Right.
So.
And I don't have to roll anything further if I do that, right? I don't have to
Oh
recall.
no, you
You
still
have to make a
recall. You
morale
always,
check. Yeah.
always have to recall. It's just that.
If you move
All right.
forward, you'll
Oh,
have a
oh,
-5
I'm
or
sorry.
something, right?
I'm sorry. No, you're right. Now let's see.
I can recall now if I want.
Right. And there
Yeah.
won't be a minus.
Right. Or
Or
I
a
can
penalty.
go
There'd be
I can-
just the +5 for the disorder itself, but
I can go 1 and there's no recall because I have to stop anyway, right?
But you still roll for recall.
Is that true?
That's
That's
what
what
I
I-
thought we'd been doing.
after pursuit movement and any free movement is finished, the cavalry stack is marked as disordered. If it failed its recall disorder check, only 1 recall. And I'm blocked retreat path, which is, well, no, because you've run out of pursuit points actually. So it's no more pursuit points is one of the things that ends pursuit movement. When cavalry has used its last pursuit point or it enters an EZOC, the pursuit movement ends, and if no recall has been attempted, a recall disorder check is made.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Well, let's go for it. We'll see what we recall. 39.
Okay, so it's going to be plus 10.
Plus 13.
That's 13.
No, it's a disorder check. It's not a morale check.
Oh, it doesn't have that? Okay.
Yeah.
35. Okay, then I made it.
What is that the Dragoons? So they're like 18s?
No, they're 25. And it's plus 10. It's 35.
Oh, plus 10,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So
Well, no. Wouldn't it be plus 15? Because
No,
they went forward 1. They used 1 pursuit point. Isn't that worth 5? For every
Yeah.
pursuit point? And then they're disordered. Isn't that plus 10? So isn't it a net of plus 15?
Hold on. Where is it? Cavalry recall. Oh, well, okay. May wish to reconsider here because I told you the wrong number. So it is true that it is plus 5 if the stack is disordered. It's also true plus 5 for each pursuit point expended, which in this case was 1. So it would have been plus 10, but what I completely forgot was plus 10 for being in an EZOC. So that's actually another 10. So it would be plus 20, which this would have failed. But full disclosure, I didn't say that. So if you want to recall earlier, you're welcome to.
no, I did it.
Okay.
But he takes another hit on
He
that
takes
guy.
an increment, and you're Desaken and shortered.
Yeah.
Desaken and shortered. Did you just hear that? Maybe I should stop drinking for the evening.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is like a real swirling cavalry thing going on over here, isn't it?
That's
A
that's
a
when
big
you know
ugly
you're doing it
mess.
right.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the best way of looking at it.
If you're not scared spitless, you're probably doing it wrong.
All right. That was my big move. So I'm not sure who's rolling next.
Okay.
Apparently, David's rolling,
Okay.
and
So that's
apparently it's us.
32.
you.
Yeah.
And
Do we have anybody left?
You got the guy on the road.
You got the guy on the road.
But that's it, right?
That's it. I'm all out of
Okay.
people.
All right. Yes, Bowie, I know I stopped petting you. I'm very sorry.
You're doing your best Dr. Evil impression there with the cat on your
And he's
on your
white.
lap. Oh,
So,
there you
I
go.
mean, I totally look like Dr. Evil. Absolutely. Except I'm not quite as bald. But otherwise, pretty much exactly the same. All right, so that's 1.
I got the all black one.
Oh, you've got a black cat, David.
Yes.
And I have a big, goofy German Shepherd
All right.
that most
We
of the
actually have
time is
2
like
cats. We have
Scooby Doo.
All right, we have a ragdoll and we have a black.
A rag doll? Is that what, a calico of some sort, or?
No, it's actually more of it's like a long-haired Siamese. Is what
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
kind of got
actually,
Siamese colors with the longer hair and they're real fluffy.
Our other cat is called a ragamuffin, which is a derivation of the ragdoll.
Okay.
Yeah, and she definitely has just goes totally limp when you pick her up. I mean, it's really funny because it's just like, oh wow, that's just what it said on the tin. I mean, that's the real deal. Yeah, but this one is just a white domestic short hair, who was a backyard tomcat when we lived in the UK. And my wife adopted him, or he adopted my wife. It's not really clear how that all happened. And we brought him home with us. And he's gone totally American. He's put on a lot of weight. I mean, maybe our American lifestyle, maybe the fact that we,
speaks with a southern accent.
Texas, yeah, Southern England.
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Sussex. Yeah.
As opposed to a Cockney
What color
meow.
eyes does it have?
We used to joke about that because when we'd go to the grocery store in our neighborhood, in the freezer section, there'd be this southern fried chicken patties. Breaded and real peppery. Actually, they were pretty good. But I'm like, southern fried. What does that mean to an English person?
Right.
Right? I mean, are they thinking of the way Mammy used to do it in Louisiana? Probably not. They're thinking about somebody who's, cooking it in Sussex. So we always used to have a laugh about that.
What color eyes does the white cat have?
He is named Bowie because he has one green and one blue. He has heterochromia, just like David Bowie.
Very
How's
interesting.
that for cool? Huh? Beat that. Was that our last activation, campers?
That
I think
was.
it was.
Yep. So it's time for morale checks or recoveries or whatever they're called.
Yeah, time for rally. Let me just roll and see who goes first. I guess that means we go first.
I guess so. We have the initiative. You want to start up at the top?
Yeah, so let's look for shaken people. Who's feeling shaken up here? Don't see. I finally see this one guy on the edge of the pond. Is there anybody else I'm missing up here?
I mean, there's the guys with Kleist, but other than that,
Yeah, but this is further
yeah. But
north.
he's the yeah.
I mean,
He's the
this is largely hopeless, but I think he's at like plus 15 because he's in the trees, so it may help a little bit. Well, if it is plus 15, actually,
he
that's
just
good
did
enough.
it. Yeah, just squeaked through.
Was I right about the trees? Is it -5 for the trees?
Being in the woods
Yes, it
is
is
-5.
-5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they are just disordered now. They are also, nearly worthless because there's like one increment left, but whatever. Okay, more shaken guys like these chowderheads here. They're at plus 25. So let's see what we get there.
No.
That'd be a no again. Thank you very much. These guys here, doing the whole stack, they're in the village, so that's going to help them to the tune of -5, which cancels out the
Army.
+5 army morale, but they still are going to have plus 25 for being half dead, shaken, disordered. So plus 25, we see what we get. It's probably going to be good enough. Okay, and then there's these fellas with Kleist, and Kleist is going to counteract the army morale, so it's just going to be plus
So-
15.
Did you mean to take off the shaken? On that
Oh, I
last
sure
one?
did. Thank you. That's weird. It did it differently on another one. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So let's go to Kleist and his guys, and they're going to be at plus 15. And they're going to stay shaken for the moment. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun not being, thinking about not being shaken, but we decided we're going to go ahead and stay that way.
Kleist is going to get a talking down from the king
Oh,
there.
It's difficult to even fathom how bad this is going to be. You want me to go ahead and do my routed? while
Yeah,
I'm
go
up
ahead,
here?
do your routed while you're
Alright,
up there.
So we're going to go ahead and do these idiots back here, and they are unbearable. Plus 20. Unbearable.
Hey,
Oh, I see. Having run past the king, they finally decided to
man up a little bit there.
change their undergarments or something. Oh my gosh. All right. So they're back. All right. And then these chowderheads here are at plus 15, plus 20, -5 for the village. So plus 15 altogether. Okay. Apparently everyone's getting the idea. And we'll put them back. Whoops. Put them back in column so they can make their way back through. Oh, you know what? Actually, if they're going to be in column, they might as well be facing this way because going through the village is going to take too long.
Right.
All right. I think that's everything because all the rest of these guys. Oh, no, wait a minute. I've got a routed one here too.
Yep.
So he's half dead, so that's plus 25. That's plus 5 more. That's 30. So it's plus 27. So that's a lot. However,
Wow.
I'm on fire with the dice here tonight, aren't I?
Apparently so.
Okay, so that probably is it for all my guys up north. I think that is, yeah.
All
right.
right. Continuing
Got plenty of
down.
guys here
Yeah,
in the
we got
middle.
a lot of people here. So people in the middle. So I've got Heinz 57 over here. This
Mhm.
guy is shaken and
It's gonna be
disordered and half
that's
dead. So shaken and disordered is 15,
yeah.
and half dead is
Half
another
dead's
10, so
another
that's
10.
25.
Ezok's gonna be another 10, so that's gonna be 35. Army morale is gonna be 40 minus 4 is gonna be 36.
Piece
You need
of
to roll
cake.
like I was rolling.
Nope. All right.
Never mind.
Then we
All
got
right.
this chap over here. Same thing, probably, right? He's
Pretty
15,
much. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and he's half dead as well, so
It's
that's
plus 40.
25.
Yeah.
Yep, 40. Here we go. Oh, is that a special
No
thing?
special results
Okay.
on rally
Okay.
attempts, so just a failure.
All right. So
Okay.
he's okay.
What you
Guess I got
got?
this guy back here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now
Okay, and
he's just
he's
plus 20.
yep. That's not going to be good enough.
Not gonna do it.
Let's
What you
see.
got?
Where's everybody else? The other guy disintegrated.
Right. I think
All
maybe down to the
right.
cavalry.
Yep, we're down to the cavalry. Okay, so let's see here. I got this guy who's shaken.
That's plus
And
15 for him.
okay. Ah, come on, dude.
Yeah,
It's killing me.
you're killing me.
This guy here.
25.
No, he's no good. This guy here. He might be.
Plus 25 if he's a 28 or better.
I think he was decent. Let's flip him over and see. Yeah, he's a
Oh,
20.
yeah. All right, so he's like nearly dead, but feeling better.
Feeling bad about being nearly dead.
Oh, well, you know.
While we're at it,
light.
let's roll for the guys that are routed. So this
Oh.
guy's got, so being routed is plus 15, right?
You got nobody routed up north because they just vaporized, right?
Yeah, that guy lost the one increment he had left.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
it is plus 15, so plus 20 for that top routed unit there.
All right, so he's feeling
Okay.
better.
So shaken, disordered, any formation, single hex formation
Yep.
facing.
And then this
Okay.
guy here, same story.
Same thing, yeah.
Whoops. Hang on. I just hit a button and things all went crazy on my monitor.
Don't do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I know. Try to avoid it. Here we go. 69. He's
Oh,
happy
yeah.
too.
All right.
All right. Eventually they'll come back just in time for the battle to be over.
Yes, that is the idea.
All right, and I got one last group of shaken people down here.
Brought the leader back to
And I
try
got
to
a
help
leader
little.
there. Yep. So let's see
So
what we
they
get.
are-
Oh, they are totally fine.
Oh, the leader wasted his time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that at the
You
moment.
didn't know. I know.
Yep.
You can't be sure. All right. Well,
All right.
that
And
makes
they're in
okay.
whatever they're in their formation, right? The way
yeah,
they are
but-
right now.
Yes, they
Yeah.
don't change facing.
So only the routed guys that do, right?
That's right. Because they need to adopt a facing because they don't have one.
Right.
routed. So, all right. Very good. I think that's it for us. Then over to you, David.
All right, let's start at the top here. Who do we got here? So we got a shaken right here, I guess.
Yeah, looks like plus 23.
That's not going to do it.
Rather emphatically not.
I think that's the only shaken I have in there, right?
On the north side of the creek, yeah.
So let me do the other routed
Yeah.
guy there.
Okay, all right.
Here, by 6. That's not going to be
Ooh,
enough.
no.
And
He
he's going to
loses an
lose another increment too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
that's the end of
gone.
him.
Poof, there he goes.
He's a biggie. So, all right. So bump. And he goes to the graveyard. Oops. Come on, graveyard, get out of my way. And these things can be deleted. All right.
You
Now,
got that other guy further back that we could do.
oh, I didn't even see him back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's back here.
All
Yeah.
right.
Plus 28 for him.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that
That's
looks
a
like
good
he's
roll.
going to be all right. Am I far enough away that I won't get hit again in the battle? Because really, that's the decision for me personally, right?
So,
Battle will be over before anybody requires me to do any more shooting.
all right. So now we'll go over to by Kej here. All right. So we got
Okay.
a shaken guy here.
Right.
Oh, he's happy.
Pretty easy to see that. Next one's plus 23 for half deadedness.
One here.
Yep.
Uh,
Still good enough. What else we got? Who else we got?
those guys are all okay.
I think these guys down here by the
Down to the
redoubt.
guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Now he is going to be plus. It's probably plus 23 because he's in a bunch of 23. Yeah, if he's better than a 32, I expect he probably is, but it's worth a look. It's close.
At 28.
Okay. All right. So he should be fine then.
And so let's make
Another shaking down here, right?
So did you roll for
Oh.
this guy? So you rolled for the guy that was routed?
because you said I had another routed there, right?
Oh,
That's-
no. I'm sorry. That's who I was referring to because you do shaken first. So that's the one I was doing
I'm
all my
sorry.
calculations on. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying any attention to the guy in the back.
Okay, so let me increase this again. Okay. All right.
So the guy in the front is not
He's a 29.
So he's
29 plus 23 is 52. So he's good.
Yep.
all right.
All right. And we're going to go back and do the routed guy again. My apologies. I didn't realize what you were doing.
I still got some more shaking here, so
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, because there's definitely this guy. Is there anybody else? Definitely that one.
Yeah. He's
And
the only shaken one down there.
Probably plus 23. Oh, no, he's shaken and disordered, so that's going to be probably plus 25, 28 because he's in a zone of control. So,
Well, yeah, so it's plus.
that's not going to be enough.
oh, no, it's not. Definitely not.
That's,
Okay.
all right.
All
So
right,
now
and
for the
nobody
route.
else shaken, so we'll do the routed guy, okay, and he's going to be at plus 18.
Oh, he's going to be 45. He was
He's going to have to be a 27 or better.
he's at 28.
Oh, no, I think you missed by one.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, because that would add up to 46, so
Keep running.
you've just done it so many times that it's actually funny to see you miss by one.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So now down to the cavalry down here.
All right, let me get the one on the
Shaken
creek.
first. Yeah, one on the creek right here. Oh, that's not going to do it.
Nope.
This one, let's see, over here.
right.
And
Nope.
he's got
Definitely not. Okay, we got that one here.
that one there. But he's got a little bit of 20 back.
Nope. He's a 25, and with all the penalties, he's gonna stay.
Although with the wing leader, he was close, actually,
Yeah.
surprisingly close, but no, not enough.
All right, so he's still shaking.
And we'll do that one.
And that one. Come on.
Oh, that one ought to be all right,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially because those guys are really good. So I'm surprised to see them shaken and disordered, frankly.
There we go.
All right. Who else do we have?
I think that's it for
That's it for shaken people. Everybody else
Yeah.
is routed at this point. His light cavalry, he's
Okay.
got that one
Yeah.
stack of heavies.
I got
Right,
this,
so now
got
the
this routed
stack
one
of
there.
heavies need to roll individually.
All right. So do I have any kind of? All right.
You got a
do have
leader
a-
there for -3.
So he counteracts my
Army morale.
army.
Oh, he does. That's good. All right. So it's basically +15 for everybody.
Plus 15. Top one. Boom. 15,
Oh,
30.
just
No,
made it.
just okay. Second one. I'll sort them out in a minute here.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Whoops.
No.
Nope.
That made it. Third one.
And he's actually gonna.
No, 23. He made
Oh,
his
yeah, yeah.
number.
All right.
Okay.
He's
So
gonna
the
continue.
middle one keeps routing, and then the other two are okay.
3, 4, 5, 6. And the other two are going to be now shaken and disordered. Disordered, and they assume some type of.
Seems legit.
Okay. All right. So everybody down. So all I got is these other two routed that are heading off the board.
+28.
Nope, he's gone.
Keep running.
Keep running. And does he might lose an increment because these guys aren't very good. Nope, he
Nope,
just made
just
it.
barely. He just barely squeaked by.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's mind-boggling.
They only go 6, right? Even
Correct.
That's right. That's right.
And the
And
last
then-
one. Boom. And they don't, and they're going to lose an increment.
Oh boy. Oh,
So that's now 3.
just rubbing salt in the wound there.
Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay.
Okay. So everybody's had a chance, whether they've taken advantage of it or not, to rally. And I think we have made it to the end of the 12-20 turn, gentlemen.
Wow,
Move it to 12.
exciting stuff.
And we didn't even get through the whole stack there for,
Isn't that weird? Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the first time that's happened in a long time. So I've moved us to 1240, and I'm hitting the end turn button.
boom.
And then I'm going to save as
Big game at.
1240 start. All right. So 2 more turns, no more double aughts.
Well, we did have a double lot in the last one, but it was for fire
was for something
combat
else.
or
Yeah.
some random thing. Yeah.
All right.
And this was the 12-20 turn.
That
Yeah.
was 1220,
Yeah,
so it's now
okay.
1240. Got 2 more turns to go. We got an army morale check at the top of the hour, and then who knows what happens in between.
Yeah. Well, and is there? Well, Well, I suppose there's a possibility that somebody could get pushed up to. Is it 20 that we have to get to? For
I think yeah, plus
yeah,
20. So I
yeah,
mean, the truth is in my mind, we absolutely have to get an extra army morale check for anybody to have a chance to get to the 20. I mean, because the worst thing that can happen to you is plus 10,
right.
and
Yeah,
neither
and
one of
so
us is at plus 10 yet. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. All the people at home are just laughing at us for playing a game and not bothering to read the freaking rules.
well, that is par for the course.
That's probably not
I
true. I mean,
mean,
the guy from Kitchener, Ontario, he's Canadian. They're too nice. He's not gonna laugh
he's not
like
going to
that.
laugh at us. No,
That's not how
he
he
would be
rolls.
very nice, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, we have to see what we can do here with what little time we have left.
Yep, and
See
there
what
is
sort
not
of
much.
see what kind of pain and suffering we can inflict upon each other here.
Well, I mean, I will say I have had a lot of fun with this. It's been fun to try to solve the puzzle and see what makes sense to do.
Yeah,
And I know for you, Eric, this has been a whole lot of differences compared to what you've been doing in previous battles. Obviously, getting the cavalry has been a big change.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. The whole dynamic with the cavalry is pretty crazy.
yeah,
But
And
I mean, and but there are some principles that you've got to definitely, and part of it's holding back part of it to
oh yeah,
and everything, and definitely um, be able to have the counter attacking and stuff like that going in. So, but
yeah,
yeah,
no,
absolutely. But it just when you compare it to infantry combat, it feels very different.
Mhm.
Just all the swirling and everything. All the crazy, well, okay, I'm going to attack you, and it's plus 12 to the die roll. It's like, oh, okay. So, infantry combats are like, a slow motion version of what happens in cavalry combat. So, yeah, but it's been a lot of fun, just trying to figure out how to approach this, I won't say really solid Austrian defense, but I mean, let's face it, they got a lot of guns and you have to attack them. And your guns don't do you very much good because you're attacking,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And
Um,
that's the thing. I'm realizing. Okay, all of these stupid guns are. I mean, I don't know that where to put them where they would have any sort of meaningful impact on things.
yeah, I
So
mean, and the trick is while they're limbered, they're really quite vulnerable.
yeah,
So you kind of have to unlimber them when they're still at a range where they can't get into too much mischief, but then you got to prolong them up, and it just takes a long time. And in the meantime, the defender's got the full use of his guns.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a little bit of a trick, and yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been trying to attack where his guns aren't, mostly.
right.
And when I've attacked anywhere near his guns, I've usually paid the price, as just happened last turn. So,
Right.
so yeah, I mean, it's. I was pleasantly surprised that the earthworks didn't present as much of an obstacle as they might have. They could have been pretty bad, but we managed to at least clear half of them,
Right.
and basically we get the other half flanked. So I'm not that worried about them at
Yeah.
this
And
point.
so then it's
So
just a matter of if you can bring those guys to bear on the guys on the other side of the creek here at Kej, right?
absolutely,
And kind
yeah.
of
Just kind of
turn their
make them
line.
realize that yeah, if I have another 2 turns to advance, yeah, it's probably going to start feeling pretty awkward sitting there on the hills above Cache,
Yeah.
realizing your left flank's flapping in the air. That's kind of my long term goal. That's going to be really outside the scope of this game, other than just kind of making me feel good that I was doing what I wanted to do there. So yeah. Anyway, it's been fun, and David's been, you know, firefighting.
Trying,
Yeah,
trying my best.
gonna have to call you Monstein trying to plug the gap as the Soviets are attacking everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very good, gentlemen. Well, it was a pleasure as always, and we got finished in 2 hours 45. So
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Right. Are we on for tomorrow, Eric?
We should be, and